About time I made this video. Pull your pants up, bitch radio. It's about time I do this video. It's been a minute. I thought about doing this video months back, but I'm finna go ahead and do it now. The issue of DNA testing, parental DNA testing, issue of going to court, issue of child support, legitimation, all that. I think every man, I think it should be mandatory law. Every man should have a DNA test, parental DNA test. You ever heard of the fact that a few bad apples spoil a whole bunch? Well, I think it should be law that when your girlfriend, wife, or one night stand, side piece, whenever they say they're pregnant by you, it should be mandatory to get a DNA test. The hospital should provide a DNA test. Should be mandatory. I don't care about this issue about, no, that's my baby, I trust her. It's not about trust. It's really about just knowing the facts. Knowing the facts. Because guess what? The mother always gonna know that's her child. It's the daddy. You always heard the story. You always heard the phrase, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I looked this up, and it's like, what? It's like millions of men taking care of kids that's not theirs, and they don't know it. Millions of men in the USA alone. That's why it should be mandatory that every man take a parental DNA test. It ain't no, I don't want to take it. I know it's mine. Oh, it ain't none of that bullshit. It's law, motherfucker. Law. You take a DNA test. Law. When you in the hospital, when she in the hospital, especially, and this goes for if you're married. If you're married, still taking that DNA test. Goddamn, it's law. If that's your girlfriend, you're still taking the DNA test. It's law. If you're not together, then that's something different, because she got to take you to court, or y'all got to get the DNA test another way. Because you can't make nobody take a DNA. You just can't make somebody come to the hospital if they're not together. If they're not together, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's millions of married people taking care of kids that's not theirs. I mean, these people are married. And the father at the hospital thinking that's his baby. It's not his baby. A lot of times it's not the man's baby. The woman have cheated. And you get a lot of this in the military. So, like I said, I looked it up. It's like millions. I forgot how many millions, but it's millions of men paying for kids that's not theirs and they don't even know it. Right? So, mandatory DNA test across the United States. Done. Get it law. And now we move on to see, in my state, me and this girl wasn't together. Me and the baby mama not together. But I'm gonna take care of my kid. I'm gonna take care of my responsibilities. So now the issue is, and see, what I do is, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Don't sign shit. If you not married, I wouldn't sign shit. Because that's how you get caught up. Because a lot of times, if you're not married, and you think the child yours, or even if you don't think the child yours, but you in the hospital anyway, you waiting for the baby to be born anyway, I wouldn't sign anything, because they gonna want you to sign a birth certificate. This is what happened to me in my personal situation. Me and this girl, I didn't we kind of like, we went our separate ways while she was pregnant. And that was a trust issue involved. It was just a bad relationship me and her had. So I was halfway supporting her. I I was halfway support. I was 50 in, 50 out as far as her having a baby is concerned, because I got to the point where I started doubting. So when it was time for her to go into labor, I was there at the hospital. No, it was after she had the baby. After she had the baby, I came to the hospital, and then then that was like, because I was still supporting her because she said the baby was mine. So I'm a supporter still until it's proven otherwise that it's not mine. So, but I'm not signing no fucking papers though. No, not yet until we prove. Only papers I'm signing is the DNA fucking papers, DNA test papers. We sign that before we sign anything. So, like I said, I'm supporting her, but in the back of my mind, I'm still like, yeah, we gotta take this DNA test. Even though you claim it as mine, okay. You claim it as mine, alright, but we gonna take a DNA test. That's what I'm saying in the back of my mind. So when we was in the hospital, I went to see the baby, and the issue of will I sign the birth certificate and all this? Hell no, I'm not signing no birth certificate. I'm not signing shit until I get a DNA test. Cause see, what happens is if you sign that birth certificate, cause my coworker had a story like this. My coworker was telling me, she was a female. She was saying she slept with two guys. The guy came to the hospital, signed the birth certificate. Turned out it wasn't his. Turned out he was finna get garnished for child support, and it wasn't. A lot of these guys are paying for kids that ain't dead because they signed that damn birth certificate. I wouldn't advise on doing that. That's why, and a lot of these guys, millions of people, millions of dudes, millions of males in the USA fucked up when they signed that birth certificate. And some people are stuck even to this day because they signed that birth certificate and the child ended up not being theirs. But guess what? They still gotta pay child support. Still gotta pay it in some states. Once they sign that birth certificate, you the father. Whether you genetically the father or not. You sign that birth certificate in some state, you the damn dad. You paying child support. That's why I advise against that. I don't do it. But my coworker was saying, they was finna garnish his check, but he had to do something to get it changed. So he had to like refile and get it taken off the record that he wasn't dad. But you got to go through all that headache. Just don't sign it in the first place. Fuck, I don't care about these people's feelings. My feelings gonna be hurt worse if I'm stuck paying child support for a kid that ain't mine. So fuck your feelings. A lot of guys don't want to hurt the girl, don't want to hurt the lady feelings or the girl feelings or whatever. But shit, you gotta protect yourself. So, nah, I wasn't signing no birth certificate. I'm gonna take care. I love my child. I'm gonna take care of my child. But let's get something established if this is my child or not. Because I was in a previous situation before years back where the girl was claiming it was my child, and I went to a lawyer and everything, and the lawyer told me how much I would have to pay for child support and all this. And I'm like, damn, I can't afford that. I'm only making like $8 an hour, and this motherfucker talking about $400 a month. Shit. He added daycare, child care expenses in that shit. That shit came out about $400 a month, bro. And I was making like $8 an hour back then. No, hold up. No, let me change that. I think I was making like shit. I think I was making 15. So I think it was probably about $600 a month, I think. When it all came up. 4 to 600, something like that. Anyway, I was complaining I couldn't afford it. I know that. Because what they do, they tax your fucking gross. They don't tax your net. They tax your gross. I mean, they take out your gross. They count your gross. That ain't the gross ain't what you bring home though. But it's all anyway, man. So, yeah. So I had a story a while back ago where girl claiming the baby was mine. Turned out she was lagging on the DNA test. Years later, we meet up, we connect again, and the DNA. We got into an argument. We connected again, I saw the child. The child was like 3. I was gonna work. I was gonna try to get back in the child. I was gonna try to get in the child's life. DNA hasn't been established still, but she's still claiming it's mine. So I didn't want to, you know, be not a part of my child's life in case it was mine. So we was gonna work the DNA out. Anyway, we get into an argument, and I get a month later, I get a letter sent in the mail saying I need to show up to court to take the DNA test. That was a blessing in disguise because we took the DNA test. About 3 weeks later, I got another letter in the mail saying I was 99.999% not the father. You talking about somebody was running around the living room, jumping up and down? I was running around the living room, jumping up and down, like I caught the Holy Ghost. You feels me? Yes. I was so damn happy I ain't have to deal with that stupid girl. And I didn't really know the kid, so I wasn't feeling that bad about it. I was just happy. You know, that was a bad situation. That was a bad situation, man. I was young, a lot younger. Didn't really understand my responsibility. Well, yes, I did. I understood my responsibility. It's just that she didn't want to take. She lied about taking the DNA. She wanted to take the DNA test. Then she reneged. Then I don't know what happened after that. It's long. I don't know. It just got foggy. I just stayed away. But my current situation, I learned from that situation. So in my current situation, I was like, no matter what, we got to get a DNA test because I ain't going. Because I went through this before. A girl told me the baby was mine. Turned out not to be mine. So I want a DNA test. I ain't going. So it just made me not trust females. It really did. You know, it just made me not trust females. So no matter what they say, because they can swear up and down on some shit and be lying their ass off. I want a DNA test. So, turns out, like I said, we in the hospital. She want me to sign the birth certificate. She want me to sign all this. No, I'm not signing nothing till we get a DNA test, because they not garnishing my fucking check, and I don't know if that's my baby or not. That's what the state can do, garnish your shit. So, she obliges me. Weeks later, we go take the DNA test. Turned out, baby is mine. I'm happy, you know. I'm an older guy now. I'm happy. My mom happy. My grandma happy. Everybody happy, you know. So, the next thing, my cousin advised me to file for legitimation. That way you have rights to your baby, because I'm not on the birth certificate. So now I got to file for legitimation to get on the birth certificate and to have rights to see my kid, because you know it don't matter what the female say. The female can say, "I'll let you see your kid. I'll let you see your kid," but females can change. Men can come into their lives. They can get changed. They can marry. They can change. They can change their mind. If they get mad at you, they can deny you. So I don't want to ever deal with none of that. So it's best to get my rights. So you file for legitimation in Georgia, judge automatically gonna put you on child support. No matter how you and her, because me and her came to an agreement. We made an agreement that I would pay her a certain amount of money for child support. And we went to the judge with that, and the judge like, no, you have to pay the minimum of what the law says based on your income. You have to pay that. So I have to pay like over $400 in child support. But guess what? I'm gonna pay that shit. I'm not complaining about shit. I ain't gonna complain about a motherfucking thing. I'm gonna pay it because I already was paying half of that anyway. And then we agreed for me to pay $300. I was gonna start giving her $300 a month, but it's $431, and it's all good. I ain't one of these niggas that gonna be complaining about child support. Man, I gotta pay child support. No, I love my kid. I take care of my kid. I can't control what the mother does with the money though. You know, that's another issue. I can't really control what you do with the money, but that's another issue, man. Anyway, so that's what it is, man. 431 child support. That's what I do. Tell all my business. It's all good. 431 a month child support. We gonna make it work. We gonna make it do what it do, baby. At the end of the day, a hustler make moves. End of the day, you gotta do what it gotta do, dog. You know, it is what it is. And I'm gonna make it work, you know. But I never complain about that, cause it is. I mean, cause it ain't, you know, I'm not that type of guy. This just gonna make me hustle harder, to be honest with you. Because I have goals, I want things, I want a house, I want other things, big dreams, big goals, and so 431 ain't shit, to be honest with you. It ain't shit to how much money I really want to make a month, a year, anyway. So, and then I can give her more than 4. If I really, when I really start making big money, I can give her more than 431 a month. You see what I'm saying? So, it's all good, baby. Like Lonzo say, it's all good, baby. Anyway, yeah, man. But at least it's my child. At least I have my rights. So now that I got my rights, it don't matter. She can't deny the child. She can't take the child away. She can't deny me visitation. She can't be mad at me and say I can't see my kid. None of that. You know, because I have rights now. So that's what I really wanted all along. My rights. She can't say shit about it. But that's it, man. DNA paternity test should be mandatory law. That's what I think. Whether the father wants the DNA test or not, should be law. Because there's too many millions of dads that's paying for a child that ain't theirs. Some of them know, and some of them don't know. Now that's really fucked up. Some of them know that their child's not theirs, and some of them don't know that child not theirs. I want to know, motherfucker, all the time. I want to know if that child mine or not. I want to fucking know, man. That's just me. I want to know. I got burnt. I almost got burnt. So that scarred me. So now I want to know all the time. Man, if I'm overseas for 6 months, my wife pregnant, nigga, I want a DNA test. I ain't playing. I want a fucking DNA test. You know, I come home one weekend, hit it, quit it, go back overseas, she pregnant. I want a nigga, I want a DNA test. Fuck that. Peace out.